This is my 2008 Skoda Octavia 1.9 TDI. But of course, with me only paying £600 for the car, which sounds good, but of course, with me buying a car so cheap, it does of course come with a few issues. For instance, that wing is in the wrong colour. The driver's window doesn't go down. If we jump in the car and switch it on, we do have an airbag warning on the dash, and the seatbelt warning goes off on its own for no reason whatsoever. But the worst problem by a mile is actually the rear suspension. As some of you guys may remember, on my way home, the car was bouncing and wallowing all over the place. It was like, quite frankly, driving a massive trampoline. And actually, if we press down on the car, it just seems to me that the rear shockers have gone completely. But with the MOT looming in just over a month, it is now a race against time to try and get some of these issues sorted on this car to potentially save it from being scrapped. Cars like this have been saved many times on YouTube before, and I see absolutely no reason as to why it cannot be done with this one. This car probably should have been scrapped if I did not buy it, but I kind of saw past the issues. I do genuinely believe it can be saved. So I think let's get to it. So I have actually made a to-do list on some of the jobs that do actually need doing on the car. I've sort of tried to put them on here as in terms of priority. So the first and foremost, we need to get them shockers sorted. I'm sort of in the middle of trying to source some parts. I did actually go down to one of my local scrap yards today to try and source, basically I thought they had a full car in that they just got in for braking. But it turns out they actually had that car for a lot longer than I thought, and that car had in fact actually gone. So that car no longer exists. So no way I'm going to salvage anything off a car that doesn't exist anymore. So, so I'm still in the middle of trying to get some rear shockers, but that first and foremost, we need to do that as a matter of urgency. We need to also source and diagnose that airbag warning light that we've got on the dash. I do have my Carly scanner in the Cupra, which we'll go and fetch in a minute. That's a job that we can do and trying to find out what that is. It might just be an old fault code that's stored, but we'll find that out a bit later on. I've put replace front shockers question mark. I don't know what the front shockers are like. It feels a bit bouncy all around, but that might be because that the back is kind of, it feels more bouncy at the back, but the front shockers might be okay, but I think it makes sense maybe do the backs first, and then if it's a bit bouncy at the front, obviously we'll do the front. Absolutely no problem at all. We need to code out that seatbelt warning. Basically what happens is when you're driving along, I think it's a fault with the buckle. I think for some reason the buckle clicks in, but it seems to, like if you press it in, if you just keep hold of it, it won't, you won't get the seatbelt warning come on. But as soon as you take your hand off it, it dings for absolutely no reason at all when your seatbelt is on. So I think the easiest and cheapest fix around that is to just code that out. It's not an MOT requirement to have a seatbelt warning on. So I think let's just code it out, get rid of it, and it's not going to be, it's not really a huge problem, but it's just something that's going to annoy me in the long term. We're also going to fit some new number plates because both front and rear, I do believe that they are probably 17-year-old number plates. They've probably been on the car its whole life. So we're going to fit some new plates. I'm going to speak to my work and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, they'll just make me a set of plates up, fingers crossed. But if not, I'm sure we can pick some up nice and cheap from somewhere. We need to try and find, these are just all little, they're not bits that are just going to require the MOT. So I've sort of tried to put this in a list in the order of priority that needs doing the soonest. So find a replace offside front wing. I'm hoping, I really want to try and find one in the exact same colour as this, if I can. Find and replace parcel shelf. This car doesn't, these are just little things really. Car didn't come with a parcel shelf, so I'm going to try and source one from somewhere. And last and foremost, I don't know exactly when the last service was done on the car, so I think it makes sense whether we take it to Paul or I might even try my hand at doing it myself. I know that might be risky business, but it's not something I would attempt with my Ibiza Cupra. But I think with this being a cheap car, I think it's just one of them things where I'm happy to certain things where I'm quite happy to try myself, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I think the first step, let's get the Carly adapter from the Cupra. Let's give this car a scan and let's see what it actually comes up with. There she is, all tucked up in the corner, out the way. But by the way, this is only a day actually since I actually picked the Skoda up. So this is actually the following day. Excuse all the mess in here. Good question is, where the hell did I put it? I could have sworn it was in here. Don't tell me it's not in here. Do excuse all of the mess. Yes, I will in fact give this car a full clean out at some point when the weather allows. Anyway, we've got what we need. Right, now it's just a case of trying to find out where the OBD port is on this car. I do like to think it's probably, it's under here. But the question is, how the hell do you get this off? As it turns out, it is all the way under here. But anyway, we found it. Actually, you know what, before we do anything, let's just try and code out that seatbelt warning. Okay, continue. Oh, we need to connect first, don't we? Engine needs to be on. Right, coding. Check coding possibilities. I think I might start using Carista again, but to be fair, but I think for the purpose of this video, I think I'm just gonna try Carly. I notice Carly doesn't seem to work well with VAG cars for some reason. Like there's a few coding things I've tried to do on the Ibiza, but it doesn't seem to. Most of it doesn't seem to have worked. Oh yeah, we might get some lights flashing. That is perfectly normal. Okay, that. Yeah. Okay, looks like topics for dashboard, instrument cluster warnings. Let's try that. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can find something. As I say, we might get some warnings. If anyone does ever do a scan, might get some warnings coming up on the dash. It is totally normal. Okay, here we go. Seatbelt reminder. We want that off. Code now. Agreed. Code. Okay, coding was successful. Turn ignition off and back on again. There we go. Seatbelt reminder is not on now, so that is one problem sorted straight away. Okay, right. Next task is to do a full diagnostic scan. This is where I'm a little bit nervous. I'm expecting quite a few codes to come up on here, to be honest with you. Right, check for issues. Obviously, we should get a code for that airbag light, I hope. Already, 4 issues found straight away. 5 issues found. 16 issues found. You know what? That's not as many as I thought. Okay, what have we got? Health status, very bad. Right, okay, let's have a look. Airbag, what have we got for that? Crash sensor side airbag. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot that. I'll do a bit of research on that. What else have we got? We've got 4 issues for engine. Fuel pressure sensor 1. Whatever that is. Fuel system pressure. Okay. and camber drive communication with instrument cluster control unit missing. Okay, so that might be something. I'm going to screenshot them as well. Driver's door, left mirror turn signal lamp. That's interesting. Was it to work? Oh, hang on a minute. To be fair, that is... I think there's a little bulb gone, I think. Let's put the left one on. Actually, no, let's just put the hazards on. Yeah, I'd say that is... Yeah, that is actually very dim compared to this side. So I think there's only... I think if we have a look, I think there's only one bulb working. I wonder if it's because there's a crack in here and maybe some water's got in that. So we might need a new turn signal. But because it's on, I don't know if that's going to be an MOT failure or not. We'll just have to wait and see. So we know that. What else we got? We've got passenger door. What's that? Heated mirror passenger side. Okay, so that heated mirror doesn't work. Not the end of the world. I'm not actually too bothered about it. Radio antenna. I don't see what thing is in that. Issue with steering wheel. Ignition starter switch. What is that all about? Oh, and aircon as well. Refrigerant pressure. So whether that just means we might just the aircon. Obviously, I did notice yesterday that wasn't working. Not as bad as I thought actually. Fuel pressure. That is just something to keep in mind. Right. I'm going to clear the issues. I'm going to see if that goes out. Come on, please go out. And we can already see that that airbag warning is still on the dash. So let's just do another check. And already seven issues has come back. Okay, electronics for engine. So whether that fuel pressure, whether that's just an old code maybe. So that's hopefully sorted. Airbag is still, so what was it? It says crash sensor side airbag. So according to this, it's a sensor that's the problem. Whether it's just a bad connection or something, I don't know. That's something to investigate. And the aircon, it just says refrigerant pressure. So whether that just means it needs regassing maybe. But all in all, actually, that wasn't as bad as I thought. So obviously the biggest issue is to, well, now I've got a fault code for that. I can do a little bit of research to see what the problem is with that. Okay, you guys join me on Saturday the 27th of September. So MOT is looming very quickly. So the car actually went for a health check yesterday at PDH and, well, there's actually a lot more wrong with it than what we thought. But we'll go into that in a bit more detail a little bit later on in the video. But in the meantime, I think it's time to get on with the rear shockers because it is bouncing about all over the place. It's like driving a trampoline. So I have got a couple of brand new shockers from Autodoc, as well as a couple of new top mounts, and we've also got some new bump stoppers as well, because I don't know what condition that they're all going to be in when we actually take them off. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to play it safe. Let's just get everything. Let's try and get it all done without running into any problems. We might still run into problems, but anyway, got a little bit of help from the cameraman stood behind the camera, Ryan. But yeah, anyway, I think without further ado, let's crack on with the rear shockers, and then we'll then see what else needs doing. Well, this is kind of where my lack of knowledge and inexperience of working on cars kind of come into its own, really, because we've already run into a problem already. Like, that wheel was an absolute nightmare to get off. It was actually seized. I mean, we actually got it off in the end, but however many YouTube tutorials there are out there, as it turns out, I think the setup for the hatchback and the estate are actually different, because we just cannot find a way. I'll turn the camera around. I just cannot find a, like, on a hatchback, you've got, like, you normally hold a spanner there, or there, and then ratchet the other side. But there's only one way of getting that bolt out, and no matter what happens, the spring's in the way. No matter what I use, the spring is just, so I'm trying to work out if there's a step I'm missing. But I think, to be honest with you guys, I think as much as I want to film as much as I can, actually me attempting stuff on the car myself, I think I might kind of have to accept defeat on this and maybe dragging a little bit of help, because I'm not going to lie, as I say, my lack of experience is kind of, sorry for the lighting, my lack of experience is kind of coming into its own, really. And of course, got my good friend Ryan helping as well, and we just, between us, we can't figure it out. So I think I'm gonna make a few calls, see if there's, well, sort of anyone who can maybe do it, you know, cheap, who knows what we're doing, a little bit better than me. So I suppose we'll cut to that now, and I'll let you guys know. So actually, whilst we are waiting for somebody to get back to us, I may as well, I have actually got some brand new, actually made up by work, very kind of them. I've actually got some brand new number plates to go on the car, because let's be honest, these look absolutely horrible. I mean, fair enough, all right, the car was from Wales originally. I don't know, as a boot lid is quite dented, so I don't know whether eventually I might try and look for another boot lid in this colour. I'm not too sure yet. But I think, let's get these number plates off and let's get these new ones fitted. Front and rear number plates, tick. And I think it is actually fair to say that just a fresh set of number plates really does go a long way. That looks loads better. Okay, so you guys actually joined me about 2 days later now. Obviously that part of the video was filmed on Saturday. It's now Monday. Now, before I filmed all that, the day before, on the Friday, I did actually send the car in for a health check, just to advise on anything else that might need doing. And I was actually in for a bit of a nasty surprise. So yeah, as it turns out, the list that I've already showed you guys isn't all that needs doing on the car. It does actually needs a fair bit of work doing to it. I do actually have the report back from PDH. Who've actually advised on what needs doing to the car. So I'll stick a photo on the screen now that I've taken, and I'll read it out as we go. So it was low on oil. They put in 1 litre. It needed coolant topped up. No big deal. However, it needs new glow plugs. It needs the aircon regassing. So we'd actually managed to get down to the bottom of the airbag light. But I was really hoping, and I was really sure, that it'll just be a simple connector issue, something like that. It isn't. It does in fact need an entire driver's side airbag, which I think is the airbag that sort of goes round the pillar, I think. Yep, that in fact needs replacing. That is why the airbag light is on. It also needs a near side front track rod and track rod end. It needs an offside front track rod end. It needs a near side front ball joint, which is why I think we're getting a bit of clunking at the front. This is the one that's actually quite concerning. It's got a gearbox leak coming from the drive shaft seal. It's got an oil leak from the sump plug and the fuel pump seal, and both rear shockers are leaking, which of course we already know about. So that kind of isn't really what I wanted to see. I mean, there's a few things that are pretty easy, like I'm sure glow plugs, I'm sure they're fairly straightforward. Aircon regas, we did know that, as you guys probably saw my last video with the car. On the way home, I did actually notice that the aircon wasn't working, so I'm not going to really bother about that this time of year because it is getting colder now. So there's not really much point in doing that at this stage. The one that is actually quite concerning, which I think is probably going to be quite a costly fix, is the drive shaft seal from the gearbox. Now, the part itself is actually very cheap, about 12 quid on auto dock, so that's actually not too bad at all. The problem I've got is that, as I've mentioned before, my lack of knowledge and experience is kind of creeping up on me a little bit, because I've just absolutely no idea where I start with that. I'm guessing the drive shaft's probably going to have to come off to actually be able to replace that. And same thing with the driver's airbag. I just don't trust myself with airbags at all. Trap rod and obviously the ball joint, near side front ball joint, I wouldn't really know where to start with that either. I mean, I do feel like a bit of an idiot really, because like I'm sure rear shockers, I'm sure that is a pretty easy job, and yet I just couldn't seem to get my head around it. And at the end of the day, I want to do as much as I can myself to obviously bring content, decent content for you guys. Just sort of doesn't make it look like that I'm just trying to take the easy way out and taking it to a garage. I suppose the thing is that obviously, like the Ibiza Cupra, that'll just go to PDH Automotive, and that whatever that car needs, that will get done, because you know, at the end of the day, that car is my pride and joy. You know, I take a lot of care in it. That car is the car that will always get looked after properly. I'm not saying that any of my cars wouldn't get looked after properly. I'm not saying that. But there's just no point in spending a load of money on labour on a car that I've only paid £600 for. At the end of the day, it's a work car. It gets me to work and back. And that is pretty much it. Maybe just the occasional other little trip as well. And of course, this is my car as well that's, I'm hoping, will see me through my £750 challenge that I'm planning to do next year. I suppose reading all this, 17-year-old car and 200,000 and over 200,000 miles on the clock, anyone else would probably just think, just scrap it, it's not worth doing. But I do genuinely believe that this car is worth saving. Like, to be honest, like when you think of it, engine, clutch, gearbox is all sound. And the engine, it's got a 1.9 PD engine. They are robust engines, and apart from obviously it needing a service and the oil leak, it is a really good engine. And I think once these issues are sorted, I do actually think it'll be a pretty good car, I think. I'm going to persevere with it. I'm not one of them that just gives in easily. It is going to be a bit of a headache, but I do genuinely think that we can actually, save this thing. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, reading back of it, all things considered, it could be a lot worse. The engine could be dead, the clutch could be dead, the gearbox could be dead. Touch wood, I don't know if that's real wood or not, but anyway, touch wood, that is all fine. It's just all little things, like really, like glow plugs. I mean, they wear out over time anyway. That's just wear and tear. Aircon regas. Obviously, driver's side airbag, that could be to do with the Category N. That's, previously it was a Category N write-off. And of course, it's the same side as that odd coloured wing. So it's got to be linked to that. I am still trying to find somebody who can give us a hand with the rear shockers. I'm still in the process of trying to sort that. There is a couple of maybe cheap garages that I'm maybe going to try tomorrow, and to see if they can get us a price on that to get that sorted. So, but I'm going to persevere a bit longer, guys, and see what we can sort out, I guess. Well, good morning everybody. You join me on a Friday morning where I am actually about to go to work. However, I just want to bring you guys a small update on the car. So, rear shockers have been done. It was actually done, actually found a guy, literally, he's got a garage round the corner from me. You probably can't see much out the window anyway, but he's not actually there, he's just down there a little bit, actually literally opposite my house. So he very kindly agreed to do the job for all in 80 quid. So I thought that's actually not too bad. So now I haven't driven the car since. He literally did it yesterday and just pulled it back onto my road. So I have not driven the car for at least a day or so, especially not since the shockers have been done. So I think let's jump in the car, and I suppose let's see what difference the new shockers actually make. Right, okie dokie. Right, do need to be a bit careful here because he has parked it sort of on the curb. Right, might just do a couple of clicks, make sure the glow plugs are all warmed up. I mean, the glow plugs do need changing, to be fair. Starts first time as always. I'm actually really looking forward to actually seeing how this thing drives. Anyway, I mean, it can't be any more bouncy, put it that way. Now, of course, we do still have quite a lot to do on the car. Like, we've still got the steering components to sort, we've still got the oil leak to sort. That's why I've just been to just check the oil. Well, at least that is, it's a start to getting things sorted on the car. I do have to be careful of pulling out spaces with this car because it is, oh, and already, yeah, I can hear the clunking probably at the front a bit more now. Getting out of here is going to be fun because I normally go around the back. I know that sounded really wrong. Anyway, I've got a chance now. I hope I haven't got a clutch issue. I just noticed that I had to sort of drag the pedal up then. Hopefully that's not the case. Oh, but already, I mean, the difference is just straight away. So I think the next thing to get sorted, I think the next thing up on my priority list is the steering. Actually, I just realised, I don't know if you guys can see me or not. Like, this car before was just, it was just bouncing all over the place. And the difference is just night and day. It's like a new car. I'm going to say it is like a new car. I've just realised I haven't plugged my mic in, so hope you guys can hear me okay. But yeah, the difference is just unbelievable. Yeah, I'll leave a little clip in now on when I actually went to buy this car, and you can see on the way home that it was just bouncing all over the place.
Okay, it's a bit funny, isn't it? So again, mate. Look at the bounce on that.
So, of course, we do still have quite a lot to do on the car, but I suppose we will sort all that in the next video. So, of course, thanks to Miles for, obviously I'm not going to name the garage because otherwise you guys will pretty much figure out where I live, and I don't want Fred Blogs and Harry, Dick or Tom knowing where I live. So I'm not going to name the garage, but I will tell you his name's Miles, lovely chap, and yeah, thank you for sorting the shockers out on the car and partly getting the car sorted. Obviously we'll still take the car back to him to get some of the other bits done. There's some bits I can do myself, but yeah, I think we'll do that in the next video. I'm not going to drag this video out anymore. So yeah, anyway, I think I will leave it off there, guys. If you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up is always appreciated. Also consider subscribing for more stuff like this, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you turn on all notifications. Until next time, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you look after yourselves, stay safe, and I will see you all in another video very, very soon.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I've been on the flex since flex on.